Howdy, folks, and welcome to another day in the Milky Way. Oh, like always, here we go again. Susie Q's in the house. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. We got things going on. I was running a little late because I was getting ready for work tomorrow. Hey, book 33. Tonight we're going to draw some cards. I got some cards. Today is a free-for-all Friday. And I have, where are those cards? I'm going to put them here somewhere. I buried the cards. So, anyway, with that, oh, no, I put the cards there. Can't see in here. It's awful dark. But anyway, if you want a card tonight, I will draw you a card. Delaney Pearl Jones, you want to come and join me and draw some cards? That is fine, too. It's a free-for-all Friday. We're going to draw cards. If you want to come on the show and talk about whatever you want, let me know. I am putting the StreamYard thing in here. If you want to come on, I will let you come on. No problem. Copy. Okay. It's copied. I'll get rid of it. Okay. Here you go. It is Come On, Talk to Me Friday. That's what we're calling it today. Free-for-all Friday. I'm going to organize here a little bit. Okay, people, we're organizing. Elderberry, I want a card. Let me find the cards first. Yes. I'm a little unorganized. Oh, here they are. I put them, at least I put them together. Always within arm's reach. And I got to get a card so I can write these all down. Who wants a card? Elderberry, you want a card? Book 33. Let's draw cards. I'll put you down there too. Book 33. And Elderberry. Okay. Anyway, I'm putting these down. We got cards. You can come and join me. There's the StreamYard link. If you want to come on and join me here, it's really easy to get on StreamYard. So come on, we'll talk about whatever you want. This is, oops, there we go, better microphone. And as we're going to be talking about cards, we're going to be talking about the world, the weather, you name it. Big snowstorm supposed to hit the United States, the Midwest. Supposed to get snow here around Tuesday. So if you're listening to this any other day, Tuesday's a couple days away, and it is going to be April. Tomorrow's April Fool's Day. I wonder why does anybody know why they call it April Fool's Day? What? I am going to Google it. Who says you can't Google it? What is Yes, April Fool's Day meaning. You know, you can't do anything. Oh boy, snow. Yes, that's what they're saying. I don't know exactly when, but it's supposed to snow. And let's see what the forecast says. Forecast for snow. Well, here in the Midwest, for my area, it says, what does it say? It's 27 degrees right now. Yep. Monday, 27 and snow. Tuesday, 20 degrees and snow. Wednesday, 24 and snow. So there you go. Tomorrow is going to be our best day with 43 degrees and snow here in sunny North Dakota. So there you go. Google it. I did, Elderberry. I did. April Fool's Day origins meanings. Straight from the History Channel. Okay. Well, why can't I share it with all of you? And I will. Look at this. And that's what I like to do. I like to share with yous because you are the soul tribe. Remember, vibe with the tribe, people. April Fool's Day. That's tomorrow, people. Tomorrow. Susie Q wants a card. Susie. And who else is here? Elderberry got you down. Susie Q. Oh, it's 70s. Still ice there. Yes, snow and ice. Definitely. April Fool's Day. April 1st, and we still have snow, a lot of snow on the ground. April Fool's Day occurring on April 1st each year has been celebrated for centuries by different cultures. Though its exact origins remain a mystery, April Fool's tradition include playing hoaxes or practical jokes on others, often yelling April Fools at the end to clue in the subject of April Fool's Day prank. While its exact history is shrouded in mystery, like everything else, the embrace of April Fool's Day jokes by the media and major brands has ensured the unofficial holiday-long life. Origins of Fool's Day. Some historians speculate that April Fool's Day dates way back to 1582. That's when the Pilgrims landed on the shore and they said, "You're here in Hawaii." You get it? Anyway, France switched from the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar, as called for by the Council of Trent in 1536. In the Julian calendar, as in the Hindu calendar, the new year began with the spring equinox around April 1st. People who were slow to get the news or failed to recognize that the start of the new year had moved to January 1st and continued celebrating it during the last week of March through April 1st, became the butt of jokes and hoaxes and were called April Fools. These pranks included having paper fish placed on their backs and being referred to as poison d'arval. Oh, well, anyway, says to symbolize a young, easy caught fish with a gullible a gullible person. Yeah. In ancient Rome, historians have also linked April Fool's Day to festivals such as Hilarion, which was celebrated in ancient Rome at the end of March by followers of a cult of Cybele. It involved people dressing up in disguises and mocking fellow citizens and even magistrates, and was said to be inspired by the Egyptian legend of Isis, Osiris, and Seth. The vernal equinox and April Fools. There's also speculation that April Fool's Day was tied to the vernal equinox, or the first day of spring in the northern hemisphere, when Mother Nature fooled people by changing unpredictable weather. Hey, that's what we were talking about. Book 30. Oh, geez. Elderberry, send me some of that 70s and I'll trade you some of our 20s. There you go. History of April Fools spread throughout Britain during the 18th century in Scotland, and the tradition became a 2-day event, starting with hunting the grouse, in which that's probably like hunting the snipe. You ever go hunting snipes? In which people were sent on a phony errand. Grouse is a word for cuckoo bird, a symbol for fool, and followed by Tally Day, which involved pranks played on people, diaries such as pinking fake trails or kick me signs on them. Hey, did you ever do that? Did you ever make somebody go out snipe hunting? Or did you ever play a prank on somebody like that? Yeah, those were good ones. Yep. Like, hey, did you go change the blinker fluid in your car? Or maybe, did you take out the winter air in your tires and put the summer air in or the spring air in? Or the classic one of, you better go to the hardware store and get a board stretcher, because that board's a little bit too short. You need to stretch it just a hair. In modern times, people have gone to great lengths to create elaborate April Fool's Day hoaxes. Newspaper, radios, and TV stations and websites have participated in the April 1st tradition of reporting outrageous fictional claims that have fooled their audiences. In 1957, the BBC reported that Swiss farmers were experiencing a record spaghetti crop, and showed footage of people harvesting noodles from trees. And in 1985, Sports Illustrated writer George Pilkington tricked many readers when he ran a made-up article about a rookie pitcher named Sid Finch who could throw a football over 168 miles per hour. In 1992, National Public Radio ran a spot for former President Richard Nixon saying he was running for president again. Only it was an actor, not Nixon, and the segment was all April Fool's Day prank that caught the country by surprise. I'm running for president. I didn't do it. I'm not a crook. In 1996, Taco Bell, the fast food restaurant, duped people when it announced it had agreed to purchase Philadelphia Liberty Bell. Oh, Philadelphia's Liberty Bell. That's the one with the big crack in it. And intended to rename it the Taco Liberty Bell. And in 1998, after Burger King advertised it a left-handed Whopper, scores of clueless customers requested the fake sandwich. Google notoriously hosts an annual April Fool's Day prank that has included everything from telepathic search to the ability to play Pac-Man on Google Maps. For the average trickster, there's always the classic April Fool's Day prank of covering the toilet with plastic wrap or swapping the contents of sugar and salt containers. Well, I don't know how many of those you tried, but they sound like good ones. Oh, okay, let's stop share. I'm back. Woo! Okay, I got the cards. Now, I only have 2 decks. I have the Moonology, and maybe I'll get another deck one of these days. And then I got the Sacred Path cards. So these are my 2 decks that I have. You got to let me know which deck you want. And book 33, you are up first. Elderberry's on deck, and Susie Q's coming right along. Delaney Pearl Jones is here. Delaney, you want to come on and pull a card with me? You got more decks of cards than I do. Anyway, the link is right here. There you go. Okay, excellent. Thanks, Robert. Okay, yeah. So, book 33, what card would you like? I got the Moonology cards. Otherwise, I'll just pick for you. Okay, got the little book, and we will figure it out. Because we're just going to have fun. It's going to be a fun night. We're just going to do a few things. I know a lot of people are over at, Amber, of course you can have a card. All right. I only have 2 decks, so it's either Moonology or the Sacred Path cards. One or the other, pick yours. Okay, let me know in the chat here, and we'll figure it out from there. But if anybody wants to come on, chit-chat with me like you did last week, Amber, if you want to come back on, here is the link. I'd love to have anybody who wants to come on and chit-chat with me tonight. And that will be fun because Friday is open mic night. That's what I've decided. I should name it open mic. Well, that'd be I think somebody already named things like that. But we're just having fun. We're just having fun. Okay, I'm going to shuffle these cards up. Book 33, you are getting a Moonology, I guess, because you didn't say you didn't want something else, so I guess you're getting a Moonology. Don't pick, I'll pick for you. One of these days, I'm going to get more than one. Sacred Path. Okay, Sacred Path. And Susie Q, Sacred Path. And this Amber, what? Oh, come on. Amber, what card would you like? Okay, book 33. and we'll get the other ones out. Whew, it's kind of hot in the house. I was cooking my lunches for a couple of days. Okay, and we are going to pull this card right here. This is yours. The spirits have spoken to me. Now I got you down, Elderberry. Everybody's got a sacred path, and book 33's got a moonology. So I listened to Amber. This is how I started it, and I listened to Amber, and I listened to Delaney, and they both said you just got to feel it. You got to. Nina said the same thing too. It's kind of ironic. Okay, we have moonology. The last quarter moon in Virgo. There you go. There is your card right there. I can't make it any bigger than that. Because then the thing goes all wonky. But that's the card. Attend to the details. Book 33, there you go. Okay, Amber. I'll come on. Yes, you can. Let's see. Last quarter moon in Virgo. Let's see. New moon. First quarter moon in Virgo, page 64. Oh, yeah. It's a good thing I got a gift for Gab, as my buddy would say, because he always says I just love to talk, so here I am. But anyway, we're having fun, that's all. Remember to hit the like button if you can. Okay, here we go. First quarter moon, book 33. This is all you. Stop, breathe, and take stock. Perhaps you've been taking on too much. Now is the time to be reliable and practical. Laziness is your enemy. Also, don't be too influenced by the crowd and what they're saying, especially about you. Do you still want what you want? And you want as much as you want? Do you want as what you want? Anyway, if so, you are really doing what needs to be done to make your dreams real. Express how you feel, but do it without too much self-criticism or criticism of others. Make an honest inventory about where you could do more to manifest your dreams. That's what it's all about, manifesting your dreams. Hey, Max G, would you like a card? Let me know. Anyway, manifesting mix. The energies at play here are a mix of flirtatious and shy, inquiring and hesitant. You need to work them in your favor. Manifest your mindset. The card asks you to be mentally flexible. Whatever challenges you face, your current situation is unlikely to be total implausible. For this one, you need your throat chakra. Helps you to express yourself, your desires, and whether you need more time to think about something. It's located at the base of the throat, right here. Use your voice, speak out. And it's beautiful sky-colored blue. Visualize a column of purest sky blue light pouring down over you as you hold the card to the base of your throat, like this. And call out the energies to these words. This is the magic part, people. Energies of the first quarter moon in Virgo. Thank you for helping me towards clarity and confidence. Say that over and over 3 times and manifest your dreams right away. Okay, I'm not guaranteeing that, but still, you can try it. Remember, here it is again, book 33. Remember, energies of the first quarter moon in Virgo. Thank you for helping me towards clarity and confidence. It's all about having confidence, people. Confidence. That'll get you a lot of places. You know, a lot of these people, like, that are rich and famous, they didn't have money. They didn't have education. They had one thing over more other people, and that was confidence. So, and they didn't give up. They just kept going. So there's your card. Okay, who's next? Elderberry is up next. He's getting a Sacred Path card. Let's get that out of the box right here now. Usually somebody else is drawing the cards. I'm just kind of running the show, but tonight I'm doing it all because, that's what I do. I'm just having fun with it. Wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow we got a great show for you. We got Elderberry. We got Dalibor Suchi, and we have Lucky Stone coming on for a great show. We're going to be talking about the Sumerians, Baal, the gods of Samaria. We're going to be looking at what is going on there. Did they invent the gods? Were they here long before? Because everything has an origin. Question is where did it come from? Who invented it? Ooh, these are really pretty cards. Look at that. That's a pretty card. Yes. Yeah, pretty backside too. You know where I got these? I got these. This deck is very memorable. And Pa Joe's in the house. Pa Joe, do you want a card too? Anyway, I got this deck of cards, which is very special to me, when I went to Glacier National Park, and I picked them up at the Vortex. I don't know if you ever heard about the Vortex, but it's where things roll uphill, orbs flash around. It's like a hot spot for all that kind of good stuff. And you can take pictures and it's all fuzzy and you can see things in there. You can lean up against a tree and stick your feet out kind of deal. The trees all go wonky. Yeah, it's really neat. It's really neat. It's one of those places, but that's where I got these cards on my vacation and at the Vortex. If you ever get a chance to go there, go right ahead. Okay. Elderberry, this one is for you. The spirits have chosen, and you get the North Shield, Wisdom and Gratitude. And there we go. That's about the best I can get it without the darn thing. There we go. Wisdom and Gratitude. You get the North Shield. That's such a pretty card, too. It's like got a white buffalo on it. Number 11 here. We'll look it up. Okay. Number 11. I don't even know how these go. North Shield. Give me a second, people. Give me a second. Oh, let's see. What is this? Number 11. Okay, I guess 107. I gotta use the index. I guess that would help. Use the things that you're given. Oh, North Shield. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Okay. As I was entering a silence one winter's eve many years ago, okay, that ain't it. As I approached, I noticed a stream was rising like pipe smoke from buffalo's nostrils. Her giant brown eyes held me as we joined minds. The sacred buffalo of the Dreamtime had sat me cross-legged in the snow, and her feet fell the warmth of her breath, so that I could not be cold. In a flash of lightning, her hooves turned white, and I raised my eyes to see all the color drain upwards out of her body. Her eyes turned the color of summer sky and a cornflower blue. Her horns became silvery white, and she spoke my name. Midnight song, follow my horns skyward to the council of elders for teaching of the North Shield. She commanded, there you will be given 3 trails that lead to wisdom, and you will know the lessons of the sacred buffalo. There you go, Elderberry. One of our grandfathers in the north of the wheel told me to walk to the fire and stand in the center of it, and I obeyed. I was not burned. Then grandfather spoke to me. All 3 roads to the North Shield are walked many times, and each path is tempered by fire of experience. He said, "Come to my seat in the circle and receive the 3 symbols of the path." So I stepped there. The second elder, a grandfather, placed a tomahawk in my arms and said, "The tomahawk represents peacemaker." So that's one path. And who knows when to bury the hatchet and forgive and when to defend with truth. It is through proper use of truth, forgiveness, and humility that you may also know wisdom. Elderberry, can you do that? Bury the hatchet of truth? Okay. I thank the elders and returned to my stand in the fire as the blue-orange flames sprung up around me in a vortex, silver smoke, and propelled me into the sky far above the elders' council fire. I was suddenly aware of being totally different, in a different setting. I was sitting in the south of an enormous table made of slab of pewter-colored stone. Okay. I understood for the first time how the Kachinas must have looked to the Hopis who greeted them. The Sky brothers and sisters were an odd assortment of races who enveloped me with warm feelings of goodness and caring despite the love being emitted. I was still aghast at their appearances. Some appeared to be over 7 feet tall, with golden hair and very blue eyes, which were very much like earthlings. Others were 3 or 4 feet high and enormous eyes that were all jet black, with light bulb-shaped heads and web-like feet. Some of the others had copper-colored skin and tall human bodies and oriental eyes and were sky blue. Still others remained hammerhead, shark-faced, and flat-topped heads and eyes were outer edges of the flat top. All together, they must have been over 75 species of extraterrestrials. Go figure. Okay. Well, there you go, your paths. Okay, it tells a story. The revelation of the teaching of the North Shield is that north is the top of our medicine wheel, and beyond this, the south or beginning of a new medicine wheel. That is the place of our ancestors. Beyond the north is the wheel that is south or beginning in the universal medicine wheel. Like giant links to a chain that connect the great creatures, we transcend the links one at a time and travel each wheel consistently and evolving in unified oneness. Remember that there is no limitation when you reach the place of wisdom. The secrets are no longer meant to be kept from those with ears to hear and eyes to see. There you go. Well, Elderberry, I hope that makes sense to you. You have 3 paths to go on with eyes to see and ears to hear if you want to use them. Okay. Remember, show gratitude and inner knowing. There you go. That's what it says to me to tell you. Okay, that one's that one. Okay. And what do we got here? What do we got? Who's next? Susie Q is next. Susie. I am shuffling the deck of cards for you here now. Okay. And this one here. This one's calling out to you. Great. It's the Great Mystery. That's your card, Susie Q. The Great Mystery. Susie Q, you are like a great mystery. Okay. What does the Great Mystery say? Green Giant. 273. Came to it right away. Pretty good, ain't that? This is for you, Susie Q, the great mystery, original source. The original source of creation is called the great mystery. Yes. It's called the great. Hey, Amber, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Now, if anybody else wants to come, they can come too. Like I said, this is all great.
Hi.
Hey! Oh, I got to put on my headset if I ain't going to hear you otherwise.
I tried to boot up my computer and it's not doing it, so I got on my iPad.
Well, it doesn't matter which way you get on as long as you get on, right?
Yeah. Hi,
A little.
everybody.
Well, thank you for stopping in. That's all right. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I really enjoy having you on. Yeah, it was like last week was great too, and then here you are again. It's all good. It's all
Yeah.
good. What do you think of my reading the cards? I'm trying to use the advice you gave me a while back, and I'm like, oh, well, so it seems to work. It seems to work. So I appreciate that.
I think another bit of advice is to look at the pictures, and that'll help spark your intuition as well, along
Mm.
with the meaning of the card.
Oh,
Whatever your eyes are focused on, because there's so
mm-hmm.
much intricacy usually in the pictures. So
Yep.
if you're focused on the person, focus on that, or if you're focused on the moon, focus on what the moon typically means, or the sky, which would mean our ancestors and our starseed brothers and sisters. Things like that can help too, and kind of that'll help you to expand a little bit more as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay. Sounds great. Sounds
but
great.
you're
Yeah.
doing good. You're doing really good.
Well, great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, it's just I'm kind of doing it off the cuff tonight. Tonight is Friday, free for all,
Love it.
kind of deal. What's on your mind? Well, why don't I finish this up and
Oh,
then we'll go to what's
yes.
on your mind. We're gonna.
Please.
I'm in the middle of this one here.
Please do. Yes.
Okay, we're talking about the great mystery. It says, uh, what is the great mystery? The original source of creation, the void of all that is. Thank you for the breath of life. Thank you for my gifts. Eternal mystery. Touch of my heart. In beauty may I walk. Sacred mystery. Be my guide. This is what you should be saying to yourself. So I may walk my talk. Infinite source, remain with me, so I may always know the warmth of your eternal flame deep within my soul. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, the great mystery lives in everything and encompasses everything in creation. Being the original source of creation, the great mystery created all things in beauty and harmony and independence. Each facet of the creation was, is, and always will be. The forms may change, but the energy of creation is self regenerating and eternal. Inside of the infinite creation, that is great mystery. There is a vibral core or primal energy source that is the great spirit or the creative principle. The two are different. Both great mystery and great spirit are individually complete, unique, and independent of each other. Now, I did not know that. The great mystery created the great spirit. So it's like the rung down. Okay, we're going to jump over to here. The human race is only one of our relations that has lost the inner knowing about its purpose. The two leggeds have been given much assistance by the great mystery, since they must answer the questions of the common mission before understanding the value of their individual missions. This assistance has come in the form of teachers, who are all our relations. So, look to your relations for teachers. The common misunderstanding of that frightened the missionaries that came to the no wait okay, the application for this. The great mystery card tells us the original source is the creator of all life, and he created it in that likeness. We are free-willed co-creators who become the source of all we choose to experience in life. The buck stops here when we are totally responsible for all our joys and all our pain. In receiving this card, you are being reminded to give gratitude for all your lessons in changes, any pain to gain. Focus on your creative capacity, and you can change anything. It may be time to drop any blame, shame, or regret. Take charge of your life. Yes, who shouldn't take charge of their life? The victim role doesn't suit you. Two-leggeds are created in the image of the infinite creator and therefore limitless co-creators. So go out and create like crazy. There you go. In all cases, the great mystery will continue to confound and astound us every time we try to figure it all out. Stop your mind's chatter and listen to Source. Original Source shows us that the mystery lives within us and contains all answers we need to find along the sacred path. Okay, the sacred path is experiencing the mystery of life without having to control the outcome of our tunnel vision command post. Yes. So there you go, Susie Q. Just be your own creator. You are limitless. You are more than you really know you are. Live life. There you go. Anyway, well, Amber, what do you got to say? What do you know now? How's everything in Amber's life?
It's been kind of boring and just like just doing a lot of reflection lately, and almost even not so much that. I've just kind of been in this void lately, which isn't something I don't like being in the void, even though
Mm-hmm.
I understand it's part of the process.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like today is the third anniversary of my dog passing. And I
Oh.
know it's silly to hold on to that kind of stuff for after 3 years, but literally I don't have children and he was my son, so. But I woke up in a really pleasant mood today. Yesterday, I kind of woke up depressed.
Mm-hmm.
And today I woke up in a better mood, and I've just been doing using the tools that I've taught myself or I've learned from other people to like get myself back in the present moment, and being having gratitude and things like that. So um that's the one good thing I like about myself, is like when I see myself kind of starting to spiral a little bit, I notice it and I start to correct it. So I'm kind of in that little mode right now, but it's good, like we have to go through those ebbs and flows and stuff. So it's
Yeah.
good. I'm just trying to decide certain things, what's next for me. So
Yeah.
that's what's
Yeah.
in my world.
Yeah. Well, I understand about the dog thing. I had one dog, and I had him for. Well, I had bunches of dogs, but now one of my favorite dogs. He was like 18 years old, and
Wow.
I had to leave him back in Wisconsin when I came to North Dakota because I was going to be, just a vagabond, kind of living out of my car at work, and whatever. So I left him, and like he died like the day before I got home.
Oh no.
Yeah, you know, and that was really, really, really hard, and it was really hard leaving him, and yeah, and then one of my other dogs here died. Or well, she didn't. She she disappeared. Went on vacation. Went out to Montana. She got out of the car and walked away, and I never seen her again.
Wow.
Just
Damn.
she was old. She was like 14 or 15. Looked and looked and looked and could not find that dog. I mean, and there was no trees. There was no nothing. Everything. It was just nothingness. Dog walked off, could never find. You'd think she'd stay with the other dogs. Nope, just disappeared, gone, just like that.
Yeah, and I'm sure you already have thought this, but maybe it was her time and she didn't want you to see her, and she was like, I'm gonna get out of here so I can go crawl underneath a bridge or something and pass, or so who knows, but
Yeah,
it's just sad, you know, they're a family. So, but yeah, I haven't been dreading on that too much today, so that's good. I think I like, have you ever had those time, like the time lapses where you actually like miss it a whole day and you're
Oh,
like, wait, it was literally just the 29th yesterday and now it's the 31st today. That's kind of what happened.
mhm.
And so I forgot, I not that I forgot, I was expecting the date, but I was like, whoa, today's the 31st. I thought that was in like another day or two. So yeah, that was
You know,
weird.
the weird thing for me is I have like, how do I want to even put this? Like, I will fall asleep or something. I don't know, but I will do whatever, and I'll lose time. I will lose time. Like I fall, I chalk it up to falling asleep, but it's like I'm living in a different world at that point, and I'm like lucid dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
And I did one of those today. I was staring at the computer screen thing, and I'm writing down numbers, and then it was like I just closed my eyes and blinked them for a second, and when I opened them up, I felt really refreshed. But then I realized that there was this whole thing going on, and I'm like, it kind of freaked me out when I went, what the hell am I doing here? I was somewhere else. And I'm thinking, where was I?
That happens
And
to me a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then I felt really refreshed. And as hard as I tried to remember what was going on, it was just slipping away, and then all of a sudden it was gone. And it was like, where did that time, what the hell happened to me? And then I looked down at my clock, and I'd lost like 30 minutes just like that. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking, how could I do that? I just sat down. I started writing numbers. And when I woke up, I was in the same position. I was like, I just shut my eyes and just opened them up.
You
Just
must have been
like,
really tired.
and I didn't think I was that tired. I mean, I,
Interesting.
yeah,
Interesting.
but I've had that happen to me.
Like you slip
Yeah,
off into a different version of yourself and then come back in and you're like, wait, what?
yeah, I did
Yeah.
that. I did that once. They had me working nights, and this was I'll never forget this day. But I was out there and I had pressed a button, and it was cold. It was winter time, and I got in the truck, or I was in the truck, and I was listening to a Coast to Coast. You know, Coast to Coast, George Nori, Coast to Coast. And he was going to have this guy on, and I was like really excited to hear the guy. I can't remember the guy's name or whatever. But I was like, ooh, I want to listen to that. And he starts introducing the guy, and everything went blank.
Wow.
And an hour to an hour later to the minute, I woke up. And he's saying, that was a great interview with such and such, blah, 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 blah. Thank you for coming on. And I'm like, he just introduced him. What the heck? I missed the show? I'm like, well, how can he be over? I was kind of mad at that point because I'm thinking, I didn't. And then I'm like, well, I better go out and press the button again. I jump out of the truck, press the button, get in the truck, and I'm like, holy shoot! That was an hour that went by. What happened?
Yeah.
I mean, it just like that. I don't know. I mean, what happened? It really bugs me to this day that I.
Kajo said, isn't there song time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping
Yeah,
into the future?
yeah. Slipping into the future. Yeah, I know. Who sings that? Uh,
Steve Miller Band, Mary
yeah.
Lynn said.
Oh, Steve Miller Band. Oh, Chloe says I do that all the time.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Okay. Well, next up on the list, and I don't know if I missed anybody else, but anyway, you are up on the list, so I get to pull a card for you. I'm so honored.
Cool.
I am going to pull a good card here, and you're going to shuffle these a little bit up, and this here is your card right there. There we go. And you get The giveaway ceremony means you got to give something away that you're holding, that's holding you back, probably. No, I don't know what that means. I'm just making it up as I go.
Yeah, that's perfect. So you kind of got to go with the flow and do what feels right.
Well, I've studied the Indian stuff so much that I know how they work. When you have tragedy in your life as an Indian, um, you would give things away. You give away your stuff in order to make you feel better or to renew or something like that. That's what a person does when they have tragedy. And I guess that's a way to look at it. I mean, you're done with that part of your life, and then you want to move on.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way to move on is to, start a new page. Oh, comes right up. Amazing how that is.
It was meant to be.
Okay. Yes, it was. One of the most important ceremonies in Native American teaching is the giveaway or potlatch ceremony. In this ritual, giving away of useful or loved one's possessions is a form of sharing with others. It is also a sign that the giver is willing to make a sacrifice and surrender a gift to another person without attachment or regret. The native understanding of the sacrifice originally meant to make sacred. To make any act or any gift sacred, one has to complete that action with a joyful heart and humble attitude. Giving is only one step of the process and allows the giver to look within so that he or she may examine the growth and potential associated with the giveaway. Isn't it ironic how we were just talking about the dogs and you were missing your dog and now it's
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of right on. The purpose of the giveaway is sharing. The lessons connected to the ceremony teach people how to release possessions and let go the ideas of importance connected with those belongings. The most prized the possessions and the greater the sense of ownership, the more potent the lesson. The giveaway ceremony is never used to get rid of belongings that are no longer functional or badly in need of repair. Some gifts of the giveaway may be made especially for the occasion. To give cast off items is a disgrace to the giver and shows lack of respect to the receiver. So
Makes
don't
sense.
don't just give away your junk and say, it's giveaway time. Collect all the junk. We're giving we're having a garage sale. It's all the stuff we don't need. Oh yeah. There we go. But anyway, okay, the application, the giveaways card spells relief through release. That's what you were talking about. Don't get stuck holding on to anything that no longer serves you. Associates, ideas, habits, belongings may need to go at this time. Attachments to attitudes like needing to be needed or like may no longer serve you either. Things, yeah, just give your stuff away that has attachment to that. You are being asked to share what you can, give away something that can help someone else, or just let go. Don't hold on so tight. The natural flow of life is squelched when you insist on total control. We do get in trouble a lot of times when we try to control all the situations. Sometimes we just got to go with things and they'll just work themselves out naturally. It says, in all cases, the giveaway card tells us to release any bond that makes us captive of our own creation. In so doing, we can spread our wings and fly. Remember, the generosity is a talent and a virtue that comes from dropping of the fear of sacredness and the trusting the great mystery. There you go. Well, there you go. Well, that was a pretty appropriate card too. I guess you're right. The cards do speak to you when you want them to. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. I got a lot of attachments to things, and it feels good to give things away to people who can use them or need them. I get mad though sometimes when you give something away to somebody because you feel they need it, and
And
then
it becomes junk for them.
yeah, they don't take care of it.
That's my dilemma too. I'm like, oh, I really like this crystal, and I made this beautiful necklace for you, and I would really rather keep it for myself, but I love you, so I'm gonna give it to you. And then you never see him like wear it or anything. And you're like, oh, damn.
yeah, exactly. They regifted it and gave it to somebody else because they were like, that thing's really ugly.
But that's the what they were saying in the passage, so to speak, is not having like any attachments to the thing you're giving away, or not having like any expectations from that, just whatever
Hmm.
happens with it happens, you know.
Yes.
But yeah, giving away things is difficult for me because like everything that I own is something that I use. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
so sometimes that's difficult. Plus, I was the only child for 11 years, which makes it a little bit harder for me to share, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
And is my brother, so him and I never had to share anyways. So like I've always like been like, it's mine. It's mine.
Well, that, and that's the thing is sharing. I learned, I was always kind of a greedy person, for a long time, and I learned, and I would get mad, and or like I would borrow somebody some money, and or I would give them something, and I realized at some point, um, like say you borrowed somebody some money, and they didn't pay you back, and you were like, "Where's my money? You're gonna pay me back. You're gonna pay me back." Well, I had to set my, excuse me, I had to set myself down and realize, did I really need that object or money? Did I? And if I did, then I shouldn't have gave it away. And if,
Right.
and if I should only give away things with no expectation of ever getting them back or seeing them again. And after that, I felt much better about giving,
Mhm.
and that's always worked for me.
I used to give away my time a lot, like even sometimes I still do with like tarot readings and things.
Mhm.
But like being a personal trainer for like over 15 years, people would find out that I was a personal trainer and they would want tips. They would want me to work out with them for free and stuff. And people don't realize like it takes a lot to teach people just how to work out correctly, let alone gaining their strength and stamina and teaching them how to eat and everything. And so eventually I just started telling people I'm not going to tell you how to work out. Like because people did, like most of the time they just didn't do it. And so it's like I might as well be talking to a wall, you know, like what I'm wasting my I could be focusing on something else, you know, and I'm just it after a while it was like, no, I'm not. If you want to learn how to do this, you've got to pay me. You know, because I
Yeah.
don't expect anybody to come to work for free, and that was my job, you know. And so there has to be limits too, and boundaries. Like it's cool to give things away and everything, but also do it when you that's why it's so important to have things for yourself and stuff so that you can do that. Like some people give away their last dollar, and I'll give away my last dollar. A dollar is a dollar, you know, but I'm not going to give away my $500 camera just because you like it, you know, and it'll make you feel good inside, you know.
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
boundaries, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. I know exactly where you're coming from. I used to have horses, right? And I eventually ended up with a riding stable. And for the longest time, before I started the riding stable, people would call me up and, oh, you got horses. Can you teach me to ride? Can I come over? You can teach me how to ride. Well, I would teach them that stuff, and they would be looking at the clouds, kind of thing, like, yeah, okay. Why don't we just put the saddle on the horse and go for a ride? And you can teach me how to ride. I says, but there's more to it than that. You got, putting the saddle on, brushing the horse, going catching the horse, knowing your animal, blah, 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 blah.
mhm.
Well, they didn't want to know that. They just wanted to ride. And eventually I realized that I was being used by people to just come over and go for a free horse ride. You're going to
Right.
take me for a horse ride. Yeah, I'll go over and see, and he'll saddle up the horse and get him going and we'll take him for a ride. And, I'm the guy that pays for the feed. I'm the guy that,
Mm.
puts them up. I'm the guy that takes care of them, trims their hooves, pays for all the, vet bills and everything like that. And you just come over, get the ride, and then you go home.
And not to mention, like you said, they have their own personalities. So it's like inviting some stranger over, and then expecting your kids to feel like super comfortable with them if you go to the store for an hour. You know what I mean? It's like you have to respect the animal as well. And
Yeah.
also, like, people fall, like, hello, like Superman, you know what I mean? He broke his neck. So you have
Hmm.
to be careful with and that's the thing too. It's like this isn't it does take a little training, and it's
Yeah.
not, like, it should be respected and taken seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I was young, and then I didn't. I thought it was fun, guys. People are going to come over, and I'm going to give them a horse ride and show them how to ride, and I felt like I was doing them a service. And in the end, I was like, oh, you just come over for the free horse rides.
It could be fun if, like, so for me, when if somebody offers, like, for me to go ride their horse, then I'm
Hmm.
going to offer to feed them treats or help you brush their tails and their mane, or you know what I mean, or whatever. Like, I that's just how I am.
Yeah.
Just to show that, like, I'm appreciative of the
Mhm.
experience, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's just like common respect and decency.
Yes, yes, and that's the thing too. It's like I said, and then eventually I started the stable, and then it was like that worked out much better because it was like, you want to go for a ride, pay me the money.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
paying, this is my job, and that's when those people that used to come over for, just the ride, looked at me like, well, I used to ride all the time. Well, now now it's a business, you know.
Mhm.
Wake up, I'm actually, this is a business. I'm making
Mhm.
money here, kind of like you with the workout. Well, I paid for one session, you want to come with me? You're fun, let's go work out together. Hey,
Mhm.
am I doing this right? Oh well, I can't give out that advice unless you pay me, right?
Yeah, or they show up late and you're like,
Yeah.
"Really?" Like,
Yeah,
so
I waited.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. I had so many of those. We'll be there in a half hour, 2 hours later. Well, I
Yeah.
had the horses saddled and ready to go. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
doing the work. Oh yeah, those are things. Anybody else out there? Who's out there? Chloe, you want a card? Mark the Spark. Pod Joe's in the house. Musgrave Griffin. Tonight's just a free for all. Oh boy, we talked away a whole hour almost here already.
It's
Wow.
easy to do, man.
I know, I know, I know. It's amazing how fast an hour will go by. Well, I guess that's that. But anyway, we had a great discussion. But tomorrow night I got Lucky Stone, Delabar Stucci, and we're going to be talking about the Sumerians. And did they invent God? Invent the gods out there, or the definition of it, or the theory of it, or what happened? That's the big question we're going to be talking about. I think a little bit of Egypt's going to get in there too, probably. But
Robert,
it's going to be a lot of fun. Yes,
Mary would like a card.
Mary. All right. Which one does she want? I would like a card. Yes, Mary wins. Let's see. How about a Moonology card? Mary, you're going to get a Moonology card. Okay, let me turn these over. There we go. Okay, I got to shuffle them. And yeah, I'm on a 10-day straight working thing this week, so I got to make sure I don't stay up too
Oh,
terribly.
mhm.
But that's what I was supposed to have off today. Otherwise, I would have had a pre-recorded show, but then, or on yesterday, and I stayed up thinking I had off today, and then, well, things went awry, and now I'm stuck working until probably next Wednesday. How
Oh.
did that happen? Okay, okay, Mary wins. Oh, she's gonna love this one. And this is the last quarter moon in Taurus. Be proud of yourself. Look at that. Proud of, come on, card. Proud of yourself. Proud of yourself. That sounds like Mary. She is so sweet. She's
Very
so
sweet.
nice. She sends me emails of things to look at and
Me
check out
too.
all the time. And I appreciate her so much for that. Where did I put
Yeah,
the book?
me too.
Yeah. And this year I got 3 weeks of vacation, and I'm hoping to make a travel trip out west there. I'm going to stop by. I'm going to hopefully see Trina. I'm going to stop by and see you, maybe, or maybe we could all meet up in Sedona or something. I know you like that, and so does Trina. And
Yeah, you were just talking about the vortexes earlier.
yeah, there was a vortex in Montana. I went there.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, well they're literally everywhere.
This quarter, last quarter moon cards, right here it is. In Taurus, 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 Taurus. 108. 108. Sorry, Mary, it's taking me a little while to find this one.
Here, so while he looks for yours, I just pulled this. This is kind of like a silly deck that has cuss words. But I pulled don't believe every shitty thought you have. Thoughts can be sneaky lying bastards.
Hmm. Now
So there you go.
that's a pretty cool deck.
It's cool. It has all kinds of like funny but real sayings.
Hmm. Michelle Can-Am Free. She is listening while grocery shopping. I tell you what, that is
Hi, Michelle.
that is dedicated. Okay, here it is. Be proud of yourself. Do you really believe in you? No one is perfect but you. You need to believe in yourself and what you have to offer. Be proud of yourself. You came to this earth with a purpose to fulfill. Drawing this card suggests that there is a lot of unresolved self-worth questions that need to be answered. Before you can start to create that life you know is waiting for you, begin real. Being real is the key here. Don't pretend to appreciate, um, or, don't pretend to, for appearance's sake. You're more than allowed and encouraged to be your real self. That's one of those things. When you look in the mirror, do you see you, or do you see somebody else? Or I mean, the real you. And I think when I look in the mirror, I see the real me. And I just hope that everybody, and then I think when I go in a public or I'm around people, I'm hoping they see somebody else, because the real me might not be as perfect as I want the world to think I am. Does that make
See,
any
I'm kind of like the same but opposite. Like I see the real me like you do.
sense?
But I want other people to see the real me. And I don't think people see who I truly am. They judge me because I'm masculine or whatever their ideas of me are.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm blunt, so I must be a B word or. And so I close myself and I don't let people see a fake me or the real me. I just completely am a hermit and I stay in my house and I loathe being in public because I'm tired of people seeing this. They put their ideas onto me and it's not even who I am. And so I get really frustrated, because I'm like, if you only knew who I truly was, then you would love me. But instead you see something and you project. And so instead of me being fully embracing who I am,
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid to show people anything of me, and so I just don't. And it's kind of a wasted life. So I think we can all probably, like I said, I relate to what you said, but it's a little different. Like I think we could all kind of relate to that in a certain way.
That is the thing. The world is really judgmental. It seems like everybody's judgmental on somebody else, and there's more people that judge other people, and then they create drama. And, if you just accepted everybody for who they really are, or not what's on the surface, but what's within. Um,
And trust people.
yes.
Like people typically tell you who they are. And
Hmm.
sometimes people tell you who they are and they're telling you things that probably aren't the best. Okay, cool. Well, you're showing me that okay, maybe I should believe you. So I get that. But yeah, sometimes I'm so confused because how people see me is so much different than what I am. And it's like so confusing and sad. And then sometimes I start thinking, oh my God, am I like this? You know what I mean? But I'm just like,
Yeah.
no, like, no.
Yeah. I
So,
have a story for about being judgmental here. Now, back in the day when I had my farm, these people lived up the road. There was a group of them. They weren't, put it this way, the brightest characters in the bunch. They all had their quirks, and one they were on the low side of being smart, and one was mentally retarded, kind of, but he got along, and the others. One guy, he had one blue eye and one brown eye, and he probably couldn't read much more than his driver's license, kind of thing, and sign his own name. And they lived in squalor because they were poor and on welfare, and they took a lot of hand me downs and dressed poorly, and they didn't take bathing very seriously. So when they came around, they, you know, you knew they were around. Put it that way. I'm trying to say it nicely. And
right.
we
Stay stink, yellow, stinky,
yes,
and
oh yeah,
little.
they were the ones that came into the Quick Trip, and as soon as they left, the lady would go around the Quick Trip store and spray Lysol around because,
Yeah, yeah, I've
yeah,
been there. I used to work at a chiropractic office and I had to do that quite often.
yeah, and so people didn't like these people. They, if something ever was missing, they would point fingers and accuse them of taking it. They would, they would just shun those people. They would not help them. They really disregarded them. But these people would come over to my farm, and I would let them, pet the animals, and eventually they would help out, and they would do things, and each one of them, I realized, had a talent. One could drive the tractor, one could stack wood, but he couldn't drive the tractor. The other one, he could like order the other guys around, but he really couldn't do much else. And one guy was really strong, but he didn't have many brains. And if I gave them
Yeah.
all a task, they would get a job done. They would get up in the morning early and head over to the farm and do a lot of the chores before I even got there. Just just to say, look, we did all this stuff for you. And now comes the
That's so
kicker.
cool. You gave
This
him
is
a chance. Okay, what's the
oh,
kicker?
this is the kicker of the story. So, you know, they would stop over at my house, quite often, and ask for $2 or dollar or whatever. You got any money? We want to go to town, get a soda or something like that. Well, one day they're coming over, and they brought me. They how do I even want to put this? Somehow they hit a rabbit on the road, or they caught a rabbit and they cooked it up, a wild rabbit.
Okay.
Now, a wild rabbit's really kind of small. It's not
Yeah.
very big. They cooked this up, and they brought me like one of the hind quarters, which is, a quarter of the rabbit, and they shared all of them, what, six or seven of them shared the other part of the rabbit.
Oh my God.
And they brought this rabbit piece, they cooked it, and they brought it all the way over to the house in their pocket, in a paper towel in their pocket. And I
After they
didn't,
cooked it?
yes. And, I was like, if I seen it come out of the frying pan, I probably would have wanted to eat it. I would have said, okay, I'll try it. And I was like, oh, it's cold. I'll put it in the microwave. I'll warm it up. And then I didn't really want to eat it
And
because
they
I'm
were
like,
like,
yeah, that's exactly what it was. Here, you want to eat the rabbit? Here, we saved you some. You know, I mean,
oh,
there's these people, they're hungry as hell,
aw.
and they saved me part of. I didn't eat them.
Yeah,
I blew
that's
it off, and
sweet.
I was like, oh, no, I'll put it in the micro, warm it up. And then I'm like, oh, I'm not hungry yet. It's too late. I can't eat it. I gotta go to bed.
Yeah.
Well, how's the rabbit? How did it taste? Oh, it was real good. It was real good.
Aw.
These guys, I swear to God, that if I let and I could leave $1 lay on the table in front of them, and they would fight anybody that came around that would want to take that $1. But to everybody else, would point fingers and say those are thieves. They're horrible people. They'll rob,
Right.
steal, and they might kill you. But they were the nicest, honest people.
If you
As
just
long
get, that's the thing, give people a chance,
yes, yes,
and then if they if they show parts of themselves that are really just unbearable, then bye. But
yeah,
if they turn out to be good people, then and especially like people for like them, because they didn't get many chances from society, so finally like having a chance to be accepted and do something good for somebody, and in turn they got to be on the farm and experience that as well. That's so special, and I'm sure it made a huge impact in their lives,
it did.
you
It did.
know.
It
So
definitely did.
it, yeah.
So anyway, Mary wins. I hope you learned something from all of that. Work on yourself. It's not what's out on the outside. It's what's on the inside. Don't let nobody judge you. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I see
And
Nina the
also,
Mystics in the
and
house.
also,
Hey.
don't let your mind over speak itself, because sometimes your mind can be a bastard.
Yes. Yes. Your biggest enemy sometimes is yourself.
Yeah. Hi, Nina. Yeah.
Mossy
So,
Man's in the house too. Musgrave
Mussy.
Griffin, Mossy Man, Pa Joe. We had a whole house full tonight. I
Sweet.
appreciate each and every one of you that came tonight.
Don't
Uh,
forget to push the like if you haven't already.
that's right. That's right. I wish you guys would have got here earlier. I'd have drawn some more cards because you know what? I got to get to bed tonight because I got to work tomorrow. But tomorrow night, we're going to have Delabar Stucci and Lucky Stone on. We're going to be talking about the Sumerians. And then on Sunday Live, I will be with Nina the Mystic on her channel. And we're going to be doing spiritual science again. And there's so much to that book. That Agnos is quite the guy. I mean, he's got a lot. That book is really good. That's the one that Brian Barnett, Milky, the original Milky Way, read. And there's just, I could read that book 10 times over, and there's always something new that pops up. So
That cool. Very cool.
it is.
So
It is.
Sunday,
Sunday night on Sunday Live. I think it starts right around 8 o'clock.
6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
That's for sure. Okay, everyone. I'm signing off. You join us tomorrow, and remember, go out, do something nice for somebody besides yourself. Give something away. Let those things go. Remember, don't let other people judge you. Remember, most of all, be the frequency you want to receive, everyone. Love you all. Peace, everybody.